Hey everybody, it's Christian from Human Risk with a tale of a business that I find absolutely shocking in terms of its business practices, and I'm astonished that it is allowed to continue to operate. That business is Christmas Inc., the once-a-year logistics business that delivers presents to children from the North Pole. Now that sounds very innocent, but let's dive in and have a look at why this business model is so shocking. The first thing is, from an operational resilience perspective, this is terrible. Delivering on one night from one single remote location offers zero operational resilience and seems really badly planned. Then let's look at the workforce and how they are treated. Firstly, you have some elves who are making toys at the North Pole. Clearly they seem to be in some sort of slave labor arrangement, no sense of trades union or other representation. So the workforce manufacturing things already seem exploited. Then let's think about how the logistics are delivered. They use reindeer, more animal exploitation, and the culture amongst the reindeers seems to be pretty toxic. We've heard reports of one of the reindeers, Rudolph, being abused for their physical appearance. So a culture of bullying and toxicity. Perhaps that's not surprising when we look at who is running the business. This is a logistics business and we have a large overweight gentleman, no sense of diversity either in the workforce or in the management, and no checks and balances in place for what this individual does. And the really shocking thing is that for a logistics business, you have an individual who is clearly ill-suited to traveling around the planet on one night. So this large overweight gentleman already putting additional strain on the reindeers. What does this gentleman do? Well, firstly, engages in cross-border activity with no sense of any compliance or respect for tax or other regulatory jurisdictions. When he arrives at his destinations, he is engaging in breaking and entering, forcing his way into people's properties, and then when he is there, seems to have a tendency to steal food and drink, thereby, one, engaging in another illegal activity, but secondly, weighing himself down and therefore increasing the work that the reindeer have to do. So this is not a very good business model. Then let's think about, well, how do they determine the routes that they fly? Well, the answer is that they use a lot of personal data. They are holding a ton of personal data about whether people have been naughty or nice during the year. There is no clarity as to how that data is gathered or the conditions under which it is retained, and therefore, once again, data privacy issues come to the fore. So that doesn't seem particularly sensible. And then finally, if we have a look at it in terms of sustainability ratings, what we can see is that this is not a sustainable business. It is environmentally dangerous and has absolutely no governance whatsoever. So whichever way you want to look at this particular business, it is very clear that Christmas Inc. has a ton of risk issues. There are compliance breaches, there are ethical challenges, there are conduct risk issues, data privacy issues, and so on and so forth. This business is absolutely shocking, and whoever decided that this should be permitted to operate is living in fantasy land, which of course is precisely where Santa belongs. I wish everybody happy holidays.